Hello people, my name is Rage, and welcome one and all to Overwatch Day. The day the earth stood still, beta opened, and thousands cried as they didn't get in. I could not resist weighing in with a video of my own, going over the heroes that I am most excited to play, and let's be real here, due to the hype emanating from the far corners of the internet, this game is probably going to be one of the most overwatched games in the entire year. Terrible jokes aside, let's get right into this. So,
don't worry, loves. Cavalry's here.
Terrible English accents aside, first up we have Hanzo, the quite frankly badass archer. So, I have a thing where, like a magpie, or is it a crow? Could be a jackdaw. I am drawn to shiny objects, though these objects are spell effects, particle effects, cool, snazzy, glowy light arrays of just, oh, I just made that happen. So with Hanzo, really, I only need one reason to be hyped as hell to play him. Just seeing this massive twin dragon you've created spiraling round and demolishing an entire team of enemies while its roar echoes through the battlefield. I mean, doesn't that just make you feel like a badass to know that you, yes you, no seriously, I'm looking at you with the camera in the corner of your room right now, have created it, and the fact that that's going to be happening while playing Overwatch, I mean, what an atmosphere to have an intense, fast-paced shooter. And then Hanzo's also got another thing going for him. He is that guy that accepts that while, you know, high-tech plasma weaponry is effective, screw that noise, I'm gonna use a bow. Because people love bows. I don't know why. I love bows, much prefer them to guns, but let's be honest here. You're gonna have a more effective time using a good old-fashioned rifle, especially futuristic tech ones. But you know what, Hanzo? You keep on using your bow. You keep on. Next up, number 4. Mercy is my next choice, and if you disagree with it, well, I refer you to the name of the hero. I had to choose a support, I just needed to, because every now and then there is a certain joy on jumping on a support hero and going, alright, none of y'all on my team are dying on my watch. I am going to stand here in the background, making you all immortal, and god damn it, we are going to win, and if we don't, then calm. I'm a healer. It's okay. Everything's alright. It's not my fault. My assaults are terrible. It's just okay. You gotta get preemptively into that aggravation of that you're an amazing support and the rest of your team sucks and doesn't use you. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But being a basically flying cybernetic healing beam angel that can fly and revive people from the dead, yeah, that's pretty damn good. I'm kinda sold at that point. Definitely the most badass looking of all the supports, I gotta say. So, moving on to number 3. At number 3, we have McCree. I'll tell you what he means to me. He'll lock on quick with his ulti C, and before long, you will flee. With a powerful blow, he'll one-shot you. The weaker you are, the faster it happens, and then you will see what happens. Damn it, I was so sure I would nail that I could do this entire section with a McCree rhyme and that it would be true to the Old West, because I'm pretty sure cowboys only spoke in limericks. I read it in a book somewhere. Who doesn't want to be a badass cowboy in Overwatch? He's kind of got the Hanzo syndrome of the bow, except he's got a revolver, you know, this fancy, high-tech, ridiculous weaponry, and he's basically just got a kind of normal revolver, but it kind of works for him, doesn't it? Because, well, he has got one of the coolest ultimates in the entire game. The fact that you can lock on and you get the Wild West music to every enemy on the screen and then finish them off in a one-shot kill, while, by the way, a tumbleweed spawns and rolls across the battlefield every time you use this ability, I mean, that has just got some appeal to it. And then on top of that, to hear this cool, guttural, western tones, as he says, cocky one-liners. I mean, a little bit Eastwood going on there. And you have yourself a recipe for probably what would be one of the most popular heroes in the game. There's just something very satisfying about pouring out your revolver bullet after bullet as you fire as quick as you can, while just emanating badassness. There really is. So I'm very excited to see how people will deal with his quite frankly ridiculous ultimate and just him in general. So moving on then to number 2. So you've got a raging, hairy gorilla, and then I can play as a raging, hairy gorilla wearing spectacles. A posh individual, he's well-to-do, he will smash your brains in, but he will do it delicately and swiftly. He doesn't want a mess, he simply wants what's best. That's Winston, and he is awesome. Now, this was a very difficult choice between him and Reinhardt, but I've gotta give it to the super intelligent gorilla, because everyone likes the super intelligent gorilla. Honestly, what swung it for me? Because gorillas swing. Good times, everybody, good times. Is his backstory. He was basically brought up Planet of the Apes style, taught by a human. He respected and loved his master who taught him sciences, but then his ape friends staged a revolt and killed all the humans, and he was like, ape friends, why? They're okay! So he escaped the ship that he was being held captive on, in a nice way still, and returned to Earth and basically became badass ape scientist man who can also go full-on animalistic rage mode and cave skulls in with his fists. I mean, what more do you need to hear about a character to know that, yep, when it comes to needing a tank in this game, someone on the front lines causing mass panic and harm, well, you want to call upon Winston, and he will do a fantastic job. I mean, he has a jump jetpack, for Christ's sake. I mean, you don't need to give a gorilla a jetpack. They are already pretty good at most things physical. But why the hell not? Give him a jetpack. Yes. And you get just... I cannot wait to play as Winston. I think he's going to be one of my favorite characters, and I am just looking forward to, quite frankly, monkeying around. But don't tell him I said that, because gorillas get furious when you imply that they're monkeys. I know an orangutan that would rip your head off if you said that. Alright, moving on then to my hero that I'm most excited for. It is Tracer. So let me explain just a little bit. As long as she agrees to stop talking in the worst accent I've ever heard someone try and do, then I think I have found what will undoubtedly be my main. I have always liked the fast, squishy, powerful characters in everything. In the previous game in the Overwatch series, Team Fortress 2, I always loved playing as Scout. He was fantastic. The fastness, the double jump, it really did it for me. In Daughter, I always liked the teleporty in and out heroes like Queen of Pain, the fast ones like Clinks, and other examples inserted here. And Tracer really scratches that itch. And also, who doesn't like manipulating time and teleporting? I feel like teleporting has got to be up there in top 3 most wished for powers just by anyone ever, anywhere. And teleporting next to someone, gently, almost caressingly, lovingly even, attaching a sticky thermal explosive device to them, and then teleporting backwards through time away, just to see them explode horrifically. I mean, that's just satisfying. Every time you pull that off, you're going to be like... Or maybe that's just me, but it will be a lot of fun to see Tracers zipping around the battlefield, fighting each other. And also her storyline, the fact that she was in an experiment that went wrong and became sort of stuck out of time, disappeared for days at a time, was incorporeal, couldn't do anything. It was horrific, but then Winston, my main gorilla man as we talked about, invented the device that she wears which lets her stay anchored and actually use her time powers in combat. So that's pretty neat, isn't it? So if her device ever breaks, she just kind of ceases to be, which is kind of scary. So I like lore like that, especially especially when it's to do with horrific experiments gone wrong, because there's a little bit of Frankenstein in all of us. Yay! So yeah, I cannot wait to zip around the battlefield, surprise people with flanks, attach explosive to them, and just generally be that guy who is annoying as hell on that one hero. You know what I'm talking about. So there you go, guys. They are the heroes I am most excited to play. What about you all? What are your top 5? What are you looking forward to? I would love to know. But for now, oh, I cannot wait to start playing this game. I'm gonna like if you enjoyed this. I plan on lots of Overwatch content of hopefully highest quality stuff I've ever done. Subscribe for more. Goodbye.